Listen, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news to discuss involving the Indiana Fever. Dewanna Bonner has been waived by the Fever. We're going to get into everything because it is so much to break down. Bonner did not want to return. She had no interest. It was a lot. It's a lot to break down. I don't know if Bonner was throwing shade. Who was she talking about? We all know Caitlyn did, go through a little knick-knack and had to miss a little bit of time. Did she use that as her out? Did she even ever want to be there? What was the reason of her coming there? But we'll get to that later. It's flight sports. The Indiana Fever have moved on from veteran Dewanna Bonner after failing to land a trade. The six-time All-Star has not played since June 10th for personal reasons, and it was unclear if she was ever going to return. Um, we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. I got Music Mindset in the building. We all know music. We all know you got a lot of information about the Fever, everything was going on with Caitlyn. The Fever did avoid that loss last night, and we was talking about Bonner because it was some speculation. We knew what was happening, and it's so crazy. And I got to pay homage to you because you was before all these rumblings started. You was saying, "Yo, where's Bonner? What's going on with Bonner?"
Fact.
So let break this down for the people because here we are. Bonner has been waived. What the hell is going on?
I think it was you and I were watching on a live, man. We were watching the Fever play the Atlanta Dreams, and I was hard on Bonner, and you say, "Yo, you hard on Bonner." It's the eye test thing, man. I knew something was off with this lady, man. And my thing is this. So she did this PSA today. She said, I want to read this to you, Flight. She said, I want to sincerely thank the Indiana Fever for opportunity to be part of the Fever franchise. Despite our shared goals and excitement heading into the season, I felt the fit did not work, and I appreciate the organization's willingness to grant my request to move on, particularly at this point in my career. In my career, that's a big part right there. Bonner said, I wish the Fever great success as they continue to build around this dynamic group of young players. Bonner didn't want to be there from the start, Flight.
There's a lot of underlying tones there, music. Well, I'm hearing. It look like I'm hearing shade. Young players. Maybe she think Caitlyn wasn't ready. I mean, what's going on? Because Indiana look like they want to win when they take the floor. So talk to me.
So what's happening from what I'm gathering, man? First of all, she want to out. She looking for an excuse. She said at this point in my career, like I've put in the work, I've put in the years. So I really have that right to say if I don't want to be somewhere. I think from the beginning, from the start, she wanted to be in Phoenix with her wife. And I mean, listen, I mean, devil's advocate, I'm gonna say this about this situation. Okay, you want to be with your wife, the kids. I can accept that. Me personally, I can accept that. If that because she, like she said, she's really at the in her career, man. So it's like now I think she want to retire as a Mercury. She want to retire over there in the presence of her wife. I think that's what she's heading for. I think if Phoenix sign her, the internet is rumbling saying, "Oh, they said don't sign in this and that." Give me a break. That lady done put in the work to be on any team she want to be on. If she wasn't happy in Indiana, to me, you waited a little too long to show that you're not happy in Indiana. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the players, they embrace you. The young players embrace you, listen to you. You giving them advice. They embraced it. And now all of a sudden you say it's not a good fit. So my good fit thing is in this matter of fact. So she didn't like him going into Leah inside. Was she tripping on the fact that Kaylin kept giving the ball to Leah inside? I thought that's how Stephanie wanted to play. I thought that's how she was playing. It's not like she's surprised of the way they playing, the way Stephanie coached. She played with Stephanie over there in the Suns, Connecticut. So I'm like really confused. I'm sure the FIBA fan base is confused. I'm sure the sports world is confused. I'm sure other players on other teams is confused. I mean, they did this big old B-roll promo team. Now you know, and all this and all that. I even heard Kelsey talking about, yeah, the now you know thing, and this and man, I don't know what's going on with these ladies, man. I don't know if it's the pressures Caitlin Clark's fame is pressuring these women, and Caitlin's fame is not y'all business. At the end of the day, it's not y'all business. She's the one who has to deal with it. All y'all gotta do is go out there and play ball and be the best y'all can do, best y'all can be. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to look at it on both sides. Bonner, wife playing Phoenix, she had to end her career, possibly retire if she happened to go there, which I kind of think she will. Not be around the fever, these young players. I mean, there's a lot of maybe inside jokes, and she might think maybe they saying something about me, or I don't know, man. I'm just confused why she even went there from the beginning. I don't know if Stephanie sold a dream and she like, yo, that's not what you said on the phone. That's not what you said when we had to sit down. Now it's totally different from what you're saying. We playing a totally different style than when we played at Connecticut. I didn't watch him enough at Connecticut to see what's really going on. I knew her wife was like a leading assist. She was, I mean, dishing the ball out, doing her thing. So I'm kind of confused on what Bonner is like really tripping on, man. Like, what's her problem? If you wanted to go play with your wife, your agent should have made that happen from the beginning of the season. It could have been a package deal with Phoenix. If Phoenix wanted Alyssa, y'all both could have said, "Listen, we both want to go there because she's at the end of her career and she want to retire in my presence." So I'm confused. I don't know what's going on, man. To mess up the dynamic, to stir up the fan base like she's stirring up the fan base, to stir up the internet like she's stirring up the internet. I don't know if that's a plan for as the whole business thing dynamic with the WNBA, because more drama, more views, more listeners. But we got to always remember this, Flight. We have to remember this. It's a must. We remember this, and this is for all podcasters, whoever, TV, whoever. There's 350 million people, man, in this country. These girls don't get to look like Caitlyn do 2.3 million viewership on national TV out of 350 million people, Flight. Think about that. Out of
Easy.
350 million people, 2.3 million people. Now watch this. And I don't want to promote nobody's stuff on your channel, but you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
hold on,
It
hold on, hold on,
really
hold
don't
on,
work.
hold on. Well, before we do that,
Mhm.
shout out to all y'all that's in the chat. We got a lot more Caitlin Clark news updates and more to speak on. So do not touch that dial, y'all. We will be going live this Thursday, 7 o'clock for Caitlin Clark. So don't touch that dial. It's Flight Sports TV music. We got a lot more to discuss. Peace.